Good morning from KK's Quilt Studio. Hey, I wanted to share with you a little bit about what I'm learning on the quilt that I'm doing, the one I had in the beginning of this uh, video. I'm working on a Dresden plate with a um, ice cream cone edge. So I've showed some photos and I'll show some after this video about the edge. You can see the sides and the top that I've been working on. My workspace looks a little bit cluttered, but I'm just treating it like the top of my desk and things that I've worked on. So you'll see the border along here. You'll see the feather spray that I put in the corner. Here was the first plate that I did. There's the centers. So I'm getting things together. I'm learning about layout. I wasn't sure about how many of these blades that I could do at any one time. So this is a single blade that I'm using for the Dresden. I'll zoom in on that a little bit. And I'm placing it as I go on my quilt, on my Dresden blades and my quilt top. So um, this is one that I just finished. This is a copy of that. What I did and I've learned is that I get all my blades into position. Every one of them has to be individually positioned because my blades, they aren't the same exact length. They aren't they don't have the same exact uh, angle that they're laid at. Some are a little wider than the others. So it's a little bit touchy-feely in that I have to lay out one. So this one I laid out, and then before I connected everything together, I um, made a copy. Okay, so I selected that and went over here and clicked copy. So if I select that one and make a copy, you'll see that it makes a copy, and that's what I've done here is put a copy in a place where I'm going to do my next one. So I'm going to throw away, discard, use my little trash can to discard the one I was doing. Um, so before I get to that one, I want to talk a little bit about this one still. I'm still, like I said, um, it is grouped. That's when I went under here and used my connection tool to group those items together. So when I click away, click back on, all of them light up, but they are all separate. Right now, if I zoom in, you can see they all have separate green start and stop points. Okay, if I click the unconnect, now they are separate blades. So I can use that copy that I laid over here on the to the left of my screen to manipulate these into position. So that's I may need to make them taller, wider. I may need to change the angle. But then once I have them set, I will go back to my connection. So remember, if you ever have questions about what these are, you can click on that little eye up here and get the words for your icons. So when you use the connect tool, you have different ways to connect things together. So when I previously sewed my plate, got these all laid out, made a copy, then I grouped them together. So I would click group, and you'll see that I can select and they all turn red. Then they are selectable as one grouped item. Okay, let's select something and hit that connect again. Attach means if I were to select that and then select the next blade to it, it would jump and misalign. So that is not what I want to do. And the direction that you connect things together. So if I attach, I click this one last time. If I click this one, it'll slide over. So those start and stop points will hook up. And that's not what I want to do either. I don't want to, I've spent a lot of time getting these all aligned. I don't want to do that. So let's red X and cancel that. So the manner in connecting these blades is I want to use link, and I want to link them properly because I want to go from start point, stop point to start point. So again, the wrong way, if I had a green and a red, so this is going to sew in this counterclockwise direction. If I selected this one and tried to select, it's going to jump from the stopping point. It's going to make my sewing line go over. I don't want that line. So direction matters. So I would connect these. I would link these where my stopping point and my starting point for the next blade is closest together. And then I get a little connecting point. Okay, and my inner circle, of course, is blank. So this sewing line that's connecting my blades is going around that inner circle. So I'll just keep selecting around, and that's how I will go all the way around that blade, linking up my blades, and then I'll end up with one start and one stop, and I'm ready to sew. So after I've selected everything all the way around, all I have to do is select my check mark. I'm just going to uncheck that. Okay, so if I go over here and go up, this is my next blade that I've laid out. So I brought that template. You'll see that it doesn't exactly align. These are quite off. Okay, they're still, nope, they're not grouped together anymore. I've already gone and ungrouped them, unconnected them. So I am ready to play around with positioning these into place where they need to be. Like this one's really off. So I'll use my nudge tools and get that over. I could use my resize tools. I can make that because it need to make that a little bit taller. So I will click my keypad. I'm going to make that about 4.25, maybe just 2, maybe 4.2. And let's see, that gets it a little closer. So I just go back and forth, working my way around, selecting blades and putting them into position before I get to my connect tools. I may need to change the rotation. So I have the choice of going left or right, clockwise or counterclockwise, 0.1 degrees, 5 or 45, or I can enter an angle, and that's positive numbers are going to be counterclockwise or rotate to the left. So if I needed to go clockwise, I would select -1 or whatever degree. Like I said, I get a little nudgy. You see that moves that blade to the right. If I enter a positive number in here, it moves the angle to the left. So that's how I do this layout, getting it set up. I'm really impressed with Q-Matic about how exact I could get these points. I've used, of course, my pins to do all the place settings. I have the little red laser light on my machine. So when I turn this on, I can go to my machine head and mark the points that are important for positioning for this design. And when I'm done setting up all my connect markers and I'm ready to bring in my design and do my positioning, connect them up, and then I'm ready to sew. So that's how I do the layout. I've done the layout for the borders and the flowers. You'll see I did do pins to create this. Here is lines. I connected my markers. So these are I could actually do a sewing line if I wanted to, but that gave me a visual placement line. I did not sew these, but it gave me a visual placement line for whenever my pins went away. One thing I want to say, if your system happens to crash or something strange happens, it's always, always, always very, very important to frequently save your project. Because when you save the project, these pinpoints go away. You no longer have those, or if you have to shut down for the night. So when I first got started and was using the placement, I did connect them up. This line that you use to connect the markers will save when you save your project. So save frequently, because you spend a lot of time getting something like this fiddly Dresden plate, all these individual blades to be lined up, and you don't want to have to start all over again. You will have to put your markers in again, but save that project. So I'll show you the markers. So when I select markers on my machine head, I'll put it into position, put the laser mark right there, and hit set, and that drops a little red marker there. If I want to connect them, I would check this box, and that's what I did up here and the top border. So that's an explanation of a lot of the tools that I used for Q-Matic in order to get all the fussy custom set layout for this quilt. And I hope you enjoyed the explanation. If you have any questions, be sure to drop me a comment down below this video. I love to hear from you, and I would be happy to answer any questions you might have on how I set this up. So until next time, be sure to ring that bell and check notifications for when my next video pops up. And until then, happy quilting.